Once upon a time, high in the rugged mountains, there lived a majestic eagle named Eira. Eira had glossy feathers that shone in the sunlight, and her keen eyes could spot the tiniest movements from miles away. She ruled the skies with grace and power, and all the animals in the mountain respected her. Though Eira loved soaring above the peaks and valleys, she had a secret dream. She wanted to see the world beyond the mountains. She had heard tales from migrating birds about vast forests, endless oceans, and sprawling deserts. Her heart yearned for adventure, but she was also afraid to leave the familiar heights of her home. One evening, Eira confided in her friend, a wise old owl named Alwyn. "I want to see the world beyond these mountains, but what if I can't find my way back? What if I get lost?" Alwyn looked at her with understanding eyes. "The world is vast and full of wonders, Eira. But remember, home is not just a place. It's where your heart belongs. Trust your instincts and you'll always find your way back." Encouraged by Alwyn's words, Eira decided to follow her dream. Early the next morning, she spread her wings and took off from her nest, soaring higher than she ever had before. The mountains quickly faded behind her as she ventured into the unknown. Eira's first destination was a vast forest. She marveled at the towering trees and the vibrant green canopy. She watched deer grazing in clearings and squirrels scurrying up and down the trunks. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Next, Eira flew over the endless ocean. She was amazed by the sheer size of it, stretching out as far as her eyes could see. She saw dolphins leaping from the waves and schools of fish swimming near the surface. The salty sea breeze ruffled her feathers, filling her with a sense of freedom. Eira then soared over a sprawling desert. The golden sands shimmered under the blazing sun. She saw camels trekking across the dunes and tiny lizards darting between the rocks. Though the desert was hot and dry, it had its own unique beauty. After many days of exploration, Eira's heart began to long for the mountains. She had seen so much and felt her spirit grow with every new experience. But she knew it was time to return home. Trusting her instincts, she turned back towards the mountains. When Eira finally saw the familiar peaks on the horizon, her heart soared with joy. She flew faster, eager to return to her nest. As she landed back in her home, she was greeted by Alwyn and the other mountain creatures. "You did it, Eira," Alwyn said with a smile. "You followed your dream and found your way back." Eira spent hours sharing stories of her adventures with her friends. They listened in awe as she described the forest, the ocean, and the desert. They realized that while Eira had traveled far, her heart had always belonged to the mountains. Eira learned that the world is full of wonders, but the greatest adventure is following your dreams and having the courage to return home. She continued to soar high above the mountains, her heart filled with the joy of exploration and the warmth of home. And so, Eira the eagle lived happily in her mountain home, knowing that she could always explore new horizons and still find her way back to where she truly belonged.